On August 6, 1897, the merchant ship Demeter arrives on the coast of England. Among its remains, the police find the captain's logbook, Elliot. In the diary, he warns that they tried to stop something, although he is not sure if they succeeded or not.
If we didn't succeed, God have mercy on your souls.
And so it begins. Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I am going to recap the movie. For weeks earlier, the Demeter had docked in Varna, Bulgaria, to receive cargo bound for London. A shipment of several large wooden crates is delivered at the dock by local Romanian workers. The crew was short of men, so Captain Elliot sends Mr. Wojciech to recruit more crew members. Clemens, a doctor and a Cambridge University graduate, hears that the Demeter is looking for crew members. He tries to convince the crew that his medical skills and knowledge of astronomy would make him a valuable asset. But Wojciech tells him, "Well, you won't go on board." After the delivery of the cargo, the Romanians refuse to continue, declaring that they must leave the area before nightfall. One of the men pays Wojciech and another crew member, Olgurin, a large sum of money and wishes the Demeter a good journey before departing with the others. While they are loading the crates, one of the men notices the dragon emblem on the boxes. The man is frightened, dropping the rope. Clemens realizes that the box is going to fall on Elliot's grandson, Toby, so he runs to save him. The man declares that the dragon emblem is a bad omen, so out of fear, he leaves.
Save you all. May he save the ship. May he save the crew.
Elliot thanks Clemens and Wojciech hires him. As they set sail, Toby shows Clemens around the ship. That night, Elliot tells Wojciech that this will be his final journey, since he wants to retire to the countryside to live with Toby. He tells Wojciech that after his departure, he will name him captain. That night, the sailors share how they will spend the money they will be paid for delivering the crates, since they will be paid a lot. Meanwhile, the dog senses something is wrong below deck. Toby and Clemens go to check on the livestock, which is scared, and due to the tide, a crate falls into the hold. Clemens finds a woman inside it. She seems barely alive, and he performs blood transfusions to treat what he believes is an infection. Meanwhile, a creature emerges from another crate. Toby helps Clemens care for the girl. While Clemens takes the helm, in the Aegean Sea, Olgurin sees a mysterious figure wrapped in mist on deck. Clemens calls Olgurin, but he doesn't answer. When Clemens looks for him, Olgurin tells him that there is someone lurking on the ship. The dog senses the creature and begins to bark fearfully. Later, the ship's cook discovers that the dog and the livestock are dead.
Why?
The sailors conclude it might be a rabies outbreak from the dog. Olgurin believes a powerful evil was responsible. In the morning, they cast the bodies into the sea. Toby cries over the death of the animals because he promised to care for them. At night, there is a storm, and Olgurin tells Clemens that something evil is on the ship. But as Clemens is a man of science, he doesn't believe any of it. Days pass, and Clemens continues to care for the girl. The food is running out, the sailors are getting discouraged, and there are more than 2 weeks left on the journey. Toby says the girl is named Anna because she mumbled it in her sleep. At night, the ship's cook tells Clemens that the rats fled because something scared them.
A boat without rats. Such a thing is against nature.
Petrovsky hears a noise and finds a creature that attacks him. Clemens realizes something strange is happening and rings the bell. The next morning, no one knows what happened to Petrovsky, and Clemens tells Elliot that the dog died from bites on the neck. At that moment, Anna wakes up, screaming that they must get off the ship because he is here. Wojciech wants nothing to do with it and orders everyone to work. Elliot sends the sailors to search the entire ship, but they don't find Petrovsky. Later, Anna tells Clemens about a monster from Transylvania, a creature that feeds on human blood. In her village, she says they call him Dracula, and she was given to him as a blood slave to leave the village alone.
It's called fucking strategy, alright?
She says Dracula is already on board the ship and looking to feed, showing several bites on her body.
Which means that we will never leave it.
At night, Dracula prowls the ship. Olgarin and another sailor feel someone stalking them. At that moment, Dracula attacks the sailor and kills him. Olgarin goes up terrified, and Dracula turns him into a vampiric slave. The others realize that the helm is empty and that the sailor who was supposed to be watching it is gone. Blood falls on Toby, and they see that Olgarin has a bite on his neck. They have been at sea for 18 days, and the sailors fear that the ship is cursed. Clemens says that Olgarin's neck bite is the same as the animal's bites. The captain orders that 2 armed men always be on watch and that the ship is searched thoroughly. Olgarin, possessed by Dracula, breaks free of the ropes and starts hunting Toby. He grabs him, Toby tries to escape, and he locks himself in the captain's cabin. Olgarin tries to break the door with his head. The cook hears the noise Toby makes for help. When he goes down, Olgarin attacks Clemens. The captain knocks on the door for Toby to open, but press your F because Dracula is there. And Toby is bitten. Anna opens the door, but it's too late. Only 5 days are left to reach London, although the captain doesn't have much hope that they will arrive alive. The possessed Olgarin is tied to the mast and bursts into flames when the sunrise touches him. Later, Clemens considers opening the crates to look for the creature, so he looks for a shotgun. Meanwhile, the frightened cook escapes from the ship.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Anna and Clemens go to the hold to open the crates. When they open the first one, they only find dirt. In the second, the same thing. The third, with a dragon logo, is different to open. When they open it, they realize that Dracula is sleeping there.
We have found where the devil sleeps.
Meanwhile, the cook, although he moved away from the ship, is killed by Dracula. The sailors discover that the cook died. Despite the blood transfusions from his grandfather, Toby dies and is wrapped in parts of the sail for burial at sea. During the funeral, the captain thinks he sees Toby moving. He unwraps him, only for Toby to suddenly attack. The vampiric Toby then immolates himself in the sunlight and severely burns his grandfather before Clemens can throw him into the ocean. For Toby, we will miss you. Clemens is determined to kill Dracula. The remaining crew realizes that Dracula will no longer come after them, as there is only 1 day left to reach London. So they decide to sink the ship and drown Dracula to prevent him from causing chaos once they reach London. Wojciech refuses to sink it because it is his home, but Clemens convinces him. Clemens informs the captain, but the captain, manipulated by Dracula, believes that if he takes the ship to England, Dracula will bring Toby back to life and tries to kill Clemens. Anna stops the captain. They are near the coast of England. The fog begins to cover the ship. The sailors wait for Dracula to come on deck. Dracula appears and kills a sailor. Wojciech, scared to death, gets off but Dracula attacks him, and he falls, breaking his leg. The others prepare the ship to escape. Wojciech hacks the ship to sink it. At that moment, Dracula arrives and kills him. Clemens looks for Wojciech, but it's too late. He grabs the axe and looks for the captain, but Dracula bites the captain, and Clemens finds him tied up, but he dies at that moment. Dracula appears before Clemens and attacks him. Anna arrives and shoots him twice. Dracula takes the shotgun and attacks her. Clemens helps her, but Dracula grabs him by the neck. When Dracula is about to bite Clemens, Anna manages to crush Dracula with part of the mast.
You devil!
Anna and Clemens jump off the ship, thinking the vampire is dead. Before sinking, the ship runs aground on the British coast, allowing Dracula, with superhuman strength, to push the mast out of his body. The vampire screams in victory. While Anna and Clemens float on the wreckage, She reveals that she is now turning into a vampire after Dracula's bite. The blood transfusions only delayed the process. At dawn, not wanting to become a monster, Anna immolates herself voluntarily in the sunrise, while Clemens reaches the shore. Upon arriving in London, Clemens goes to a local tavern, where he draws Anna's portrait in his notebook. He hears the Demeter crew's call signal, which the sailors used to say everything was clear. And when he turns around, he sees Dracula, dressed as an aristocrat, laughing at him. The vampire disappears. As he leaves the bar, Clemens sees Dracula's shadow and follows him. He swears, by the memory and honor of his fallen comrades, that he will kill Dracula and send him back to hell. And so the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.